You've said it 5 times. Your child hasn't moved. Your voice is getting louder. Your patience is cracking. And here's the part that stings. Every time you repeat yourself, you're teaching your child to ignore you. Not on purpose, not because you're doing something wrong, but because there's a pattern happening, and no one ever told you about it. What if the problem isn't your child? What if it's one small habit you don't even notice? Let me show you exactly what's happening, and why none of this is your fault. Here's the cycle. You ask once, nothing. You ask again, a little louder, still nothing. By the 4th or 5th time, your voice is sharp. Maybe you yell. Your child finally moves. Then comes the guilt. You didn't want to yell. You promised yourself you wouldn't. But here you are again. And the worst part? Tomorrow, it'll happen all over. Here's what's actually going on. Your child is a pattern detector. Their brain is constantly learning. What happens when mom says this? What happens when I do that? And when you repeat yourself 5 times before they need to act, they learn something very specific. The first 4 requests don't count. They're not being defiant, they're being efficient. Their brain figured out that nothing happens until your voice changes, until you get close, until you get loud, until you mean it. So they wait. This isn't your fault. No one taught you this. But now that you know, you can change it. Here's the good news. There's a simple framework that rewires this pattern, and it starts working faster than you'd expect. I call it the first time framework. 6 steps, no rewards, no punishments, no complicated charts, just a clear structure that teaches your child, when you speak, you mean it. Here's what we're going to cover. Step 1, close the distance. Step 2, one clear direction. Step 3, neutral tone, no pleading. Step 4, wait and check. Step 5, follow through every time. Step 6, labeled praise on compliance. Now, all 6 steps matter, but step 4 is where most parents accidentally sabotage themselves. I'll show you exactly why in a minute. Let's start with step 1, and this one alone will change how your child responds to you. Step 1 of 6, close the distance. Before you say anything, move. Get in the same room as your child. Get within arm's reach. Get close enough that they can see you, feel your presence, know you're there. No more yelling from the kitchen. No more calling up the stairs. No more talking to the back of their head while they're lost in their toys. Here's why this matters. Your child's brain is still developing something called executive function. The ability to switch tasks, shift attention, and respond to new information. When they're deep in play, their brain is locked in. Your voice from another room? It's background noise. It doesn't even register. But when you walk over, when you're right there, that's a signal. That's their brain going, oh, this is real. This is happening now. Here's what this looks like. Before, you're in the kitchen, you shout, time to clean up your toys. Your child doesn't move, doesn't even look up. After, you walk into the playroom, you crouch down nearby. You say, hey buddy. You wait for eye contact. Then, it's time to clean up your toys. Same words, completely different result. One mistake parents make here. They get close but start talking before their child looks up. Proximity isn't enough. You need that brief moment of connection first. Eye contact, a pause, then the direction. That's step 1. Step 2 is about what you actually say, because the wrong words can confuse your child's brain before they even have a chance to listen. Step 2 of 6. One clear direction, one request, one action. That's it. Not 3 things chained together, not a paragraph of explanation. Just one clear direction your child can actually follow. Here's the science. Your child's working memory, the mental space where they hold information, is tiny. A 2-year-old can hold maybe 1 thing at a time. A 5-year-old, maybe 2. When you say, clean up your toys, then wash your hands, then come downstairs because dinner's almost ready and grandma's coming, their brain checks out after the first 5 seconds. They're not ignoring you. They literally can't hold all that information. So you simplify. Before, okay, we need to clean up, wash your hands, and come downstairs because we're eating soon and I don't want to be late. After, put the blocks in the box. That's it. One action, clear, specific, doable. Another trap, turning directions into questions. Can you put your shoes on? Sounds polite, but it gives your child permission to say no. And now you're negotiating. Directions aren't questions, they're statements. Put your shoes on. Period. 2 steps down, 4 to go. And the next one, it's about your voice. And it might surprise you. Done. Step 3 of 6. Neutral tone, no pleading. Here's where most parents lose their power without realizing it. You've moved close. You've given one clear direction. But then your voice goes up. You add a please. You start explaining, justifying, bargaining. And just like that, you've signaled to your child, this is negotiable. Let me explain what's happening in your child's nervous system. Kids are wired for co-regulation. That means their emotional state syncs with yours. When your voice is tense, anxious, or pleading, their brain reads that as, something's off. Maybe I don't have to do this. Maybe there's wiggle room. But when your voice is calm, neutral, matter of fact, their brain reads that as, this is just how things are. No drama, no fight. Here's the difference. Before, come on, sweetie, please put your shoes on. Mommy's asking nicely. Please, we're gonna be late. Your voice is high. You sound desperate. After, shoes on, calm, flat. Like you're saying, the sky is blue. Pleading gives away your authority. It tells your child that you need them to comply, which means they have power over whether or not that happens. You don't need to be cold. You don't need to be harsh. Just neutral. Like this is the most boring, normal request in the world. One thing to watch, your face. You can keep your voice calm, but let frustration show in your eyes, your posture, your size. Kids pick up on that. The goal is calm everywhere. Voice, face, body. Okay, you've gotten close. You've said one clear thing. Your voice is neutral. Now comes the step most parents skip. And honestly, this is the one that changes everything. Step 4 of 6. Wait and check. The game changer. After you give the direction, stop talking. Don't repeat it. Don't add more words. Don't explain why. Just wait. 5 seconds, 10 seconds, however long it takes. This is the step that feels the hardest, and it's the one that matters most. Here's why. Your child's brain needs time to process. They have to hear your words, understand them, shift out of whatever they were doing, decide to act, and then start moving. That process takes longer than you think, especially when they're deep in play. And here's the part that will change how you see everything. Every time you repeat yourself, you reset their mental clock. Think about it. You say, put your shoes on. Their brain starts processing. 3 seconds in, you say it again. Shoes, now. Their brain stops, receives the new input, and starts processing from the beginning. You keep interrupting the very process you're waiting for. The silence is the point. The pause is where compliance lives. Here's what this looks like in real life. Before, put your shoes on. 2 seconds pass. Shoes, now. 3 more seconds. Did you hear me? Shoes! Your child finally looks up, confused, overwhelmed. After, put your shoes on. You wait. You watch calmly. 8 seconds pass. Your child sighs, walks to the shoes, starts putting them on. Same direction, but this time you gave their brain space to finish the job. Now, the mistake parents make here isn't skipping the wait, it's waiting badly. You stand there, arms crossed, you sigh. You tap your foot. You look at your watch with that face. Your child feels that. It's pressure without words, and it doesn't work. The wait needs to be calm, neutral, patient, like you have all the time in the world. Because here's the truth. The first few times you do this, your child might be surprised. They're used to you repeating. They're waiting for it. When it doesn't come, they don't know what to do. Give them a few days of consistency. They'll figure it out fast. But what if you wait and nothing happens? What if 10 seconds go by and your child still hasn't moved? That's exactly why Step 5 exists. Step 5 of 6, follow through. Every time. If your child doesn't start moving after the wait, you act. No more words, no more warnings. No, I'm going to count to 3. You simply follow through. That might mean walking over and gently helping them start. Hand over hand, guiding them to the shoes, helping them put one on. It's not a punishment. It's just the natural next step. You didn't do it, so I'm helping you do it. Here's why this matters. Kids need predictability. They need to know that when you say something, it happens, whether they do it themselves or you help them do it. If you threaten 10 times and only follow through twice, your child learns, her words don't always mean something. I can probably wait this out. But if you follow through every single time, they learn the opposite. When mom says it, it's happening. Might as well do it myself. Here's the before and after. Before, if you don't put your shoes on, we're not going to the park. Nothing. I mean it. Still nothing. Okay, fine. One more chance. You end up putting the shoes on yourself, frustrated, muttering under your breath. After, 10 seconds pass, your child hasn't moved. You say calmly, I'm going to help you. You walk over, kneel down, gently guide their feet into the shoes. No lecture, no, see, this is why we're always late. Just action. The key is calm follow-through. If you help them while radiating frustration, they're still getting negative attention, and that attention can reinforce the very behavior you're trying to change. Neutral. Helpful. Done. After a few days of consistent follow-through, something shifts. Your child starts acting during the wait, because they know what comes next if they don't. All right, 5 steps down, 1 more to go. And this last one, it's the step that makes all of this stick. Step 6 of 6, labeled Praise on Compliance. The moment your child starts to comply, not when they finish, but when they start, you acknowledge it. And not with a generic, good job. You tell them exactly what they did. You put your shoes on the first time I asked. That was really helpful. You came to the table right away. I noticed that. You stopped playing and listened. That made getting ready so much easier. This is called labeled praise, and it works because of one simple principle. Attention is currency. Whatever behavior you give attention to, you get more of. When your child ignores you 3 times and you repeat yourself, escalate, get frustrated, you're giving attention to ignoring. When they finally comply and you just move on without acknowledgement, you're giving nothing to the behavior you actually want. Labeled praise flips the script. It puts your attention exactly where it belongs, on the cooperation. And by naming what they did, you help their brain connect the dots. Oh, that's what got the positive response. I can do that again. Here's the trap to avoid. Don't poison the praise. See, that wasn't so hard, was it? That's not praise. That's a dig. It undoes everything. Keep it clean, keep it warm, keep it specific. That's all 6 steps. Close the distance. 1 clear direction, neutral tone. Wait and check, follow through. Labeled praise. So what does this actually look like from start to finish? Imagine tomorrow morning. You walk into your child's room. They're playing on the floor, lost in their own world. You get close. You crouch down. You wait for them to look up. Time to get dressed. Your voice is calm. No pleading, no bargaining, just a simple statement. Then you wait. 5 seconds, 7 seconds. Your child sighs. They stand up. They walk to the dresser. No battle, no yelling, no counting to 3, no guilt, just cooperation. And here's what's different. Your child isn't scared of you. They're not obeying because they fear punishment. They're responding because they trust you. They know your words mean something. They know what's expected. And that clarity, it actually feels safe to them. You feel different too. You feel like the parent you always wanted to be. Calm, clear, warm, but firm. Not a pushover, not a dictator. Just a steady presence your child can rely on. That's not a fantasy. That's what happens when your words carry weight. Now, I know what you might be thinking. My child is different. They're more stubborn. They have ADHD. They're only 2. They don't understand. Here's the thing. This framework isn't about your child's personality. It's about how the brain works. Every child, stubborn, spirited, neurodivergent, young, learns through patterns and consistency. You might need to adjust the wait time. You might need more patience in the beginning, but the structure stays the same. I've tried being calm. It doesn't work. Calm alone isn't enough. You need all 6 steps working together. If you're calm but you keep repeating, you're still teaching them to wait. If you're calm but you don't follow through, your words still don't mean anything. It's the system that works, not any single piece of it. This feels too strict. I don't want to be authoritarian. This isn't about being strict. It's about being clear. You're not yelling. You're not punishing. You're not controlling through fear. You're just saying what you mean, once, and following through. Warm and firm aren't opposites. The best parents are both. You don't need to be perfect at this. You just need to be more consistent than you were yesterday. Here's what I want you to take with you. Every time you repeat yourself, you're teaching your child that the first time doesn't matter. Starting today, that changes. 1 request, 1 wait, 1 follow-through. That's how your words start to mean something. You don't need to yell louder. You don't need more patience. You don't need your child to suddenly become a different kid. You just need to stop repeating and start trusting the pause. Your child is already capable of listening. They just need you to give them the space to prove it. Now I want to hear from you. Which step are you going to try first? Drop it in the comments. And if you're wondering what to do when your child melts down after you follow through, because that will happen, I made a video about exactly that. It's right here. From now on, when you speak, speak once, then wait. Your child is listening.